does. Okay, I'm going to start the weddings and romance webinar. We've got some brilliant speakers today and the destinations that are really focusing on the romance sector. Carolyn, you're on the screen at the moment. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, Carolyn Brown from the Anguilla Tourist Board in the United Kingdom, covering Ireland and the Nordic region as well, and looking forward to sharing a little bit of Anguilla love with you and how your clients can really enjoy the island if they're looking to get married or have a honeymoon.
Super, perfect. Thank you, Carolyn. We're looking forward to it. And Victoria.
Hello everybody. My name is Victoria. I represent LUX Resorts and Hotels for Mauritius and Maldives, soon to be China as well. I'm the UK sales manager and I support the UK and Ireland markets, Netherlands, Scandinavia and North America. So if you need anything, just do please shout out. And I'm here to talk to you everything about why your guests should be either getting married or having their proposal or special occasion in Mauritius.
Oh, super. Thank you very much. And last but not least, Nicole's in the house.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole, and I am the UK and Ireland and a little bit of Europe, the Sales and Marketing Manager for Trade at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Today, I'll bring you everything romantic about St. Lucia. Hopefully, have you fall in love with her so that your clients will fall in love with her as well.
Super. Right, perfect. So we're looking forward to this. So, Carolyn, you're going first. Would you like to start your presentation?
Oh, no.
You've lost it.
There it is.
It's working so far.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh gosh, here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. And I'm going to share a little bit about Anguilla just to begin with, and then some of the romantic wedding, honeymoon details about Anguilla and how your clients can really come and explore and enjoy the island. We are a British overseas territory. I'm just going to share a little bit about the protocols at the moment because there is still pre-authorization for visitors wishing to come to Anguilla, so that's something to keep in mind. We have updated the protocols, but they're going to be slightly changed again, so as soon as that comes in, I will share with everybody. I'm not going to go through this in too much detail because the information is available on escapeivisitangwilla.com, and it will have all the information about guests wishing to come to Anguilla just at this present time, but things will certainly change as we move forward into 2022. Anguilla is part of the Leeward Islands. It's for those that don't know the island. We are near Saint Martin, St Bart's, Antigua, St Kitts and Nevis. So, you know, we're right up there amongst it, but one of the smaller islands. We're only 35 square miles and 14,500 people. So very much a village, really. And to get to Anguilla from the UK, you have to come via Antigua, which is one of our traditional gateways for British travellers, or Air France and KLM via Paris and Amsterdam. And in Antigua, you take a small flight across to Anguilla. It's about 50 minutes. We have 3 carriers that operate on the route. If you're coming into St Martin, it's our closest sister island, and we have the option of flying, which is about 7 minutes, one of the shortest flights in the world, or your clients are met in the airport and taken across to the Anguilla dock, and it's a 20-25 minute boat ride across to Anguilla to Blowing Point, which is Anguilla's ferry port. There's also the option of the French side. At the moment, that is not operating fully, but it normally is a public ferry that operates very much like the local bus. Wedding and honeymoons and romance in Anguilla, you know, it's a very big part of the mix for the island. There's a number of formalities. Couples wishing to come to Anguilla need to apply for a license. You must have proof of identity, which are very standard procedures. If divorced, obviously you need to have all the correct paperwork. You must have 2 witnesses, and you must be on island at least 48 hours prior to getting married. And obviously if you're under 18, you need consent. We have a lot of very good information on the government website, gov.ai/marriage. So again, I recommend if you are looking for further information, you have the Anguilla website, but also the government website as well. And I'm also available to answer any questions. In Anguilla, you can get married anywhere. You know, it's like a lot of destinations around the world. If your clients wish to get married on a boat under the beautiful Anguilla Arch, they can. We have a number of resorts, and I'm going to share some of the information about the properties on island that also provide fantastic service. They all have wedding planners, and we also have independent wedding planners on island that can really put together all the details for your clients and what they require. Anguilla very much specializes in weddings, anything from small groups or just couples that just want to elope and go get away and do it themselves, to really large, no expense spared extravaganzas. I mean, we've had some extraordinary weddings on the properties, buyouts on properties like Four Seasons, Belmont Cap Jaluka, you know, Zemi Beach. It's very, very easy to do that. And again, as I said, all the properties and resorts on island have fantastic facilities. The island really does lend itself to that romantic feel. As I said, it's a very small island. Everybody's very friendly, and I think that really adds to people's experience when they're coming and planning their wedding on Anguilla. Talk about some of the properties that are available. And again, it's not just resorts. We also have some great villas on the island, which again, if you've got a group of family members that wish to travel together, they can also buy out villas. Malyahana is one of our 5-star luxury resorts. It's an auberge property, a stunning beachside property, Meads Bay and Turtle Cove. Beautiful new suites that they've just opened up at their spa. Again, you can, if it's a romantic wedding, just a couple, or if it's a whole family experience with friends, it really does lend itself to, you know, really experiencing the property. Belmont Cap Jaluka, again, all these resorts have fantastic wedding planners, and they can cater to whatever clients need. Zemi Beach is part of Hilton Lux now. Again, beachside, it's at the east end of the island. It's our only 5-star resort at the east end. Again, very private. It's right on the beach. And again, a beautiful space for people wishing to have a romantic wedding. Four Seasons Anguilla. We've had people that have actually bought out the Four Seasons, a total buyout on the property for their guests to host a wedding. It was quite extraordinary. They have a number of different accommodation facilities available, and again, perfect romantic retreat. And Aurora Anguilla Resort, formerly known as Cruisinart and the Reef. This is having a major refurbishment at the moment. Will open on the 1st of November. But again, a beautiful property, lots of different spaces where people can get married. They also have the golf course, which is a state-of-the-art 18-hole Greg Norman design with a beautiful clubhouse, which will have a Michelin star chef associated with it. So if you've got clients that are looking for, you know, that sort of full, amazing gastronomic sort of experience, the clubhouse at the resort will be beautiful. This again is Quintessence. It's part of Relais Chateau. It's only 9 suites, so a beautiful intimate space for people wishing to include their friends and family and just have a very intimate private wedding. It is like someone said to me one day, it's like a grand mansion. It has its own restaurant, its own spa, it's on Long Bay Beach. Again, a beautiful space for a romantic getaway or the fabulous wedding. Our boutique properties, for those that aren't, you know, watching their pennies or don't want to go to a 5-star resort, we have some great boutique properties. We also have our Charming Escapes collection, still on fantastic beaches. They can still provide great wedding space for additional guests, or if people want to use these to get married. Anything you want in Anguilla, you can get. It really is. It really does lend itself. We probably have, I would think, I think there's 6 wedding planners on island, plus the wedding planners that are associated with the resorts and the villas on the island as well. And again, the villas are beautiful. Most of them are beachfront or oceanfront. They have beautiful space for weddings. These are the villas at Long Bay, and they have their own, again, wedding planners and also facilities for guests wanting to host weddings or family events. Our beaches are fantastic. Again, you can get married on the beach under a palm tree. I had a couple the other week that were just eloping. They were taking off to Anguilla to get married. They'd had their wedding cancelled on a number of occasions with what's been going on with the pandemic. So they were taking off to Anguilla on their own just to get married and then have a family celebration at a later date, which I thought was quite romantic. But there's many things you can do. And Anguilla, you can also get married on one of our 6 offshore keys. This is Prickly Pear, we have Sandy Island, we have Silly Key. Again, they're great spaces for people that really want a toes in the sand experience. We have a number of activities and adventures. So if your clients want to tie their wedding, if they're taking friends and family with them, they can tie them into a number of the activities that are happening on island right throughout the year. There's something to keep everybody busy and occupied during the celebration. This is beautiful tradition, actually, and they do weddings for 12 to 13 people only. And I know a couple of people that have used this for their wedding. Absolutely stunning and a totally different experience to maybe a traditional church wedding or a resort wedding. Getting around Anguilla is very easy. It's only 35 square miles. You can even go to your wedding in a moke. We have a number of different coloured mini mokes across the island. You can colour match it to your wedding event. Something a little bit different and a little bit fun. Spa and wellness for all the pampering pre and post the wedding or the honeymoon. We have some great choices, again, from on-resort spas to wedding specialists that operate wellness specialists that operate on the island. So if your clients want to get a little bit fit before the wedding or really use their honeymoon time to pamper themselves, there's so much available. And this is also available, a stunning spa and massage in the water. Dining on Anguilla, again, these facilities such as Blanchard's are fantastic for the wedding breakfast. They also use them, can be used as pre-dinner. Sorry, I've forgotten the word, I've gone blank now. But the wedding, pre-wedding dinners with family and friends, all of these can do buyouts, or if you want a simple little beachside, party, that's all available as well. There's always a smiling face in Anguilla. We have lots of ways you can keep in touch, find out about what the island has to offer. And I'm going to show you a very quick video here on a little bit more about how Anguilla looks. And that's Anguilla. It really is a perfect island destination for those that are looking for something small. As I said, it's one of the smaller islands in the Caribbean, a very intimate experience, fantastic companies on island that can help assist and organize the resorts, the villas, the smaller properties. Really do lend themselves to a really lovely experience. So we look forward to welcoming your clients. If you have any questions, my contact details can available after. But again, we really look forward to welcoming your couples to Anguilla for their wedding or honeymoon. And that's Anguilla. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. That was beautiful. It's such a gorgeous little island. So a little piece of paradise for sure. So thank you for that. We have got a couple of questions, but we'll cover those right at the very, very end. So if you can stop sharing now, and I'm going to hand over to Nicole, who's going to whisk us off to St. Lucia and tell us all about the weddings and romance that's happening on her island.
Lovely. Thank you, Sarah. So let me just share my screen. Oh, okay. Can you see that okay? Oh, no.
All good? Yeah.
Yeah, all good. Perfect. Thank you. So welcome again, everybody. As I said before, my name is Nicole and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for Trade for the UK and Ireland to St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Today I'm here to tell you all about St. Lucia. She's the only country in the world named after a woman. So we say, let her inspire you. Let her inspire your clients and inspire everybody to come and visit and hopefully fall in love with her. She's inspired by romance and she's also inspired by love. Her resume is definitely one of the things that makes her quite unique in the romance market. She is an award-winning destination. She is the world's leading honeymoon destination, which has been awarded to her 12 times by World Travel Award. So it really goes to show that when people think of honeymoons and special romantic occasions, they definitely think of St. Lucia as one of their top choices. She has diverse accommodation, unique experiences available, a personal approach to first-class service, delicious global gourmet dining options, year-round tropical climate ranging from mid to high 20 degrees Celsius all year round, iconic locations for destination weddings, proposals, anniversary dinners, special occasions, you name it. And she also has destination wedding experts available on hand to assist yourselves in terms of planning your client's special day and also your clients as well. So as I mentioned, we are the world's leading honeymoon destination. You may want to remember that we've won it 12 times. With that being said, she's perfect for unique proposals, bachelor and bachelorette parties, elopements, destination weddings, honeymoons, anniversaries, vow renewals, and iconic celebrations as well. Her beauty is definitely what helps her stand out. She is home to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Piton Mountains. These are our two iconic peaks which tower above the Caribbean Sea. They make the most amazing backdrops for those romantic special occasions because they're different, and nowhere else in the world you're able to capture those two peaks together. And quite an interesting fact, they're actually located 3 miles from each other, but depending on that the position you are in St. Lucia, they look like they're right next to each other, but you can actually drive between the two, which is Soufrière area, which is where our drive-through volcano also sits. She's also home to many waterfalls and mineral spring garden. This is our Diamond and Botanical Falls in Soufrière. It is 1,900 acres of protected rainforest. It also makes the perfect backdrop for special occasions, weddings, and just those memorable images that your clients want to take. She has some beautiful beaches, which make great locations. She's lucky enough to have both white and black sandy beaches. This is because she is home to the Caribbean's only drive-through volcano. So that volcanic atmosphere, especially in Soufrière on the southwest coast, you do get some of those beautiful black sandy beaches. And in the north of the island is where you typically find more of the golden white sandy beaches. And one of my favorite places to visit in St. Lucia is the Pigeon Island National Park. It is the home of the British, where they were stationed in St. Lucia and they were fighting for St. Lucia. So St. Lucia was actually 7 times British, 7 times French. So you can see that a lot around the island. And Champagne Sunset at the top of Fort Rodney is one of the most romantic and iconic things that you can do in St. Lucia. So it's definitely various different landmarks where you can have those special romantic occasions is definitely something that she's quite popular for. Now, first step tends to become proposals. So if your clients are interested in destination proposals, she does have some various different options and places where they can propose. It could be on the summit of the Pitons, floating above a coral reef, either by Petit Piton or Go Piton, under a beautiful waterfall, during a private sunset cruise, while on a whale or dolphin watching trip, on a candlelight dinner on a beautiful beach, on a helicopter transfer, or on that historical Fort Rodney that I showed you in the previous image. After the proposal, we slowly move into the wedding. So she's also a perfect place for a destination wedding with various different locations available. In terms of wedding requirements, she has no residency, so your clients can get married within being on island for a few hours. All they'll need to do is apply for a same-day marriage license, and you can see the fees on the screen. Or if they're looking for something, if they've got a few more days to spare, then you can apply for a standard marriage license, which takes 2 days or more, and that's at a reduced fee. Slide. This is a standard documents required for getting married in St. Lucia. Passport and birth certificates are your standard, and for if there's any other things, so like if one of the parties has been divorced or a party is a widow or a widower, then they will need further documentation. But typically it's just a passport and birth certificate, or any other circumstances, then they would need further documentation. And we can always assist with helping your clients getting a list of everything that they need, or the hotels can do that as well. Now, inspired locations and places to stay. I've got a few I'm just going to touch on for you. Some popular places to get married in St. Lucia. One of that is Pigeon Island National Park. You can actually get married on Fort Rodney and also in the ruins which the British left behind when they were fighting for St. Lucia, on in front of a cascading waterfall, on a beachside, in the botanical gardens, on a catamaran overlooking the iconic pitons in the background, underwater. Yes, we have hosted an underwater wedding, a historical park or a religious building, an over the water chapel. Sandals does have an over the water chapel in St. Lucia, or on one of our beautiful resorts on island as well. I'm just going to show you a couple of images of those. So if your clients are religious and they want to get married in a church, we do have the St. Lucia Cathedral Church located in Castries, which is the capital of the island. And there's Pigeon Island that I mentioned. This I love this venue because it is beautiful during the daytime and it's also beautiful at night as well. I've seen it being lit up by candle lights and fairy lights at nighttime. So whatever theme that your clients desire, we can definitely create that for them in St. Lucia. Calabash Cove has a lovely deck which is out at the beach, and there are also a lovely small property as well, so your clients can do a buyout of the property and able to just have everybody in one place. The popular Jade Mountain, which overlooks the Piton, they do have their terrace on the top, which is a really amazing venue for weddings, and they also, their sister property Anne Chassenay, located just below at the beach. It's perfect for groups and families to stay as well. And sometimes you find the couple would stay at Jade Mountain and then the rest of the party may stay at Anne Chassenay. That's the over the water chapel that I mentioned at Sandals Grand, another popular choice for weddings as well. And Sugar Beach, a Viceroy resort, they're located in Soufrière. They're actually between both Pitons, so that's another popular choice. A few years ago, Matt Damon actually it's more than a few years now, it's over 10 years, Matt Damon renewed his wedding vows at Sugar Beach and got married on this very beach here as well. Kai Blanc Villa is another lovely choice in Soufrière, which gives you that beautiful pitons as the backdrop. We do have a lot of people who want the backdrop and they want the piton, so they may have their wedding ceremony down there, or sometimes they get married on a beach somewhere else, then they head to that location just so they can get those beautiful images. Ladera is another popular choice that's located just above Sugar Beach. So again, between the pitons, and because as you can see there on either side, they make they just really sum up that romantic occasion for your clients. Windjammer Landing Villa Beach Resort is another resort which has various different locations that your clients can get married on property, whether they want to do it at the mountaintop, on the beach. They can do small weddings, big weddings, and they're villa type resorts. They're perfect for multi-generational families and for the whole party as well. I love this image. This is an image of Bay Gardens Beach Resort located in the north of the island in Rodney Bay. This is the groomsmen party. They just took a quick picture before they head off, and this is another property which is perfect for families, multi-generational, and they can do weddings different areas on property for you. All of our properties in St. Lucia who do weddings, they all have amazing wedding planners who are able to take care of everything and cross every T and dot every I for your clients. And this is the underwater wedding that I mentioned earlier. So we had a dive couple a few years ago from Canada who wanted to get married underwater. So we got one of our dive masters ordained and he was able to perform the ceremony. And it was really cute that they had their little I do's on little placards that they held across. And then they did their thumbs up and stuff. So very much, they did a lot of sign language, and the dive master was able to instruct them before various different things that they will do to make it, to officiate the wedding. And yeah, that was something that we were very proud to be able to be a part of and to also host on island as well. I'm just going to give you some useful information on St. Lucia in terms of how to get there now and what you need to know in terms of traveling. So we do have direct flights from the UK in approximately 8 hours. We've also got direct flights from the US as well. We're waiting for the opening of Canada flights, so for Canada to start flying back into St. Lucia, so we'll be able to have our full schedule again. I mentioned earlier on we've got that tropical all year round weather St. Lucia is a fairly small island. She measures 27 miles long, 14 miles wide, and technically we do have 2 seasons. The rainy season is from June to November, and the dry season is from December through to May. But even during the rainy season, so anytime from now, July, August, and the summer holidays, we get little to no rainfall at all, or what we call liquid sunshine, because it what helps us stay nice and green in St. Lucia. We do accept 2 currencies, Eastern Caribbean dollar and the US dollar. And we just ask that your passports are valid for the duration of your trip in St. Lucia. At the moment, all visitors over the age of 18 must complete a travel authorization form, which can be found on our website. And we ask that all visitors over the age of 5 take a PCR test no more than 5 days before flying into St. Lucia, counting your day of arrival as part of your 5 days. This is just a summary of all the airlines that fly into St. Lucia. We're happy to announce the return of Virgin Atlantic. They'll be doing a winter service for us from London Heathrow starting December. Flights are on sale for that now from the UK. So if you do have any clients who are looking to travel for festive, then definitely check that out. We recently introduced a Dallas flight directing to St. Lucia, and we still have our various different flights from Miami, Atlanta, New York, etc. So just a summary on our COVID protocols. I'm not going to go into any detail at all. If you want any more information, definitely visit the website, stlucia.org/COVID-19. And then my details will be available at the end if you do have any further questions. So once your clients have done all of this, they've planned their wedding or their honeymoon, they're heading to St. Lucia, we have various different options that they can have for transfers and arrivals, from luxury to deluxe to standard cars. We've also got helicopter transfers as well. So really stuff to make their special day quite memorable and quite unique for them. We're also able to host epic events from bachelor and bachelorette parties, bar and pub crawl experiences, themed catamaran cruise, parties at sea, dinner cruises, rehearsal dinners, speedboat adventures, and also spa days. So if your clients are looking to be, a lot of the time people are there at least a week or so, the party gets there a few days before the wedding, we can definitely make sure that their days before the wedding are quite memorable, and including receptions as well, whether you want it to be on a beach, in a resort, even renting out a private beach, we can definitely do that as well. Now, inspired experiences, this is definitely stuff that's different from the normal experiences that we have an offer in St. Lucia. We can do sunset, champagne horseback riding. We can do couples chocolate making. You can also dine in a wine cellar or cave. We have unique spa treatments, helicopter tours, romantic candlelight dinners, kayaking and private picnics, rainforest trails and waterfall discoveries, and we can do custom itineraries for your clients. We had a DMC recently who had a wedding party, who was getting married, and they sort of picked them up by boat and took them just for about 10-20 minutes around, and then brought them into Pigeon Island by boat, so it felt like they were entering into their own private island. And then from there, butlers and stuff escorted them down to their private dining area. So we can really go above and beyond and make those moments memorable for your clients, including taking a trip to the mud baths to the drive-through volcano, where they can do a private mud bath experience where they would start off with possibly a massage and get them into the mud baths and just finish off the whole treatment for them there. Now, just to recap, we do have experienced, qualified, and creative romance professionals who are able to execute and orchestrate the dreams of your clients. We have a variety of options to create unique, bespoke moments to remember, and we have some of the world's best hotels and places to stay available. So if you do have that client who's recently got engaged, or they're looking to propose to their significant other, definitely consider St. Lucia as one of your top choices. We're hoping that everybody who touches our shores falls in love with her and they're able to say I do in St. Lucia. So thank you so much for listening to me today. I hope I've inspired you with a bit of love. These are all our socials where you can follow us, like us, share us. You can also visit our website for any more information, and my email address is on the screen as well. If you have any questions, any queries, or you just want to chat about St. Lucia, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. That was very comprehensive, and lots of different things that we can do. It's interesting to know, because I know a lot of people do want the, not just the normal styles of wedding. They want to do something a little bit different. Yeah, so no, brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you for covering all of that for us. Okay, and last but not least, we're now moving over to the other part of the world, to the Indian Ocean, and we've got Victoria.
Hello guys, how are you? So yeah, I'm just opening up my presentation. Just give me 2 seconds. It should move in a minute. Fingers crossed. Come on, there we go. So I represent LUX Hotels and Resorts in Mauritius. So rather than representing as a tourist board, I'm actually representing just one hotel chain. So my presentation may be slightly different. But ultimately, I'm here to talk to you about the brand and also what we can offer for your guests in the way of romance and weddings. So ultimately, let's give you a bit of an update on what LUX is all about. So LUX, we have several hotels in Mauritius, which I'm going to go through briefly with you in a moment. And we also have a couple of alternatives. So we have a private island called Il de Coco. I can never get that out in the right way, sorry. And also our adults only hotel, which is sort of Palma. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of information about the island, about what we can offer guests in resort, and then also talk about the options for weddings, proposals, etc. So not quite as long and as detailed as my other colleagues on here today, but I'm sure if you've got any other questions, you can reach me at the end via Sarah. So ultimately, like I said, we can offer you weddings, proposals, renewals of vows, wedding anniversaries, and what we call collectible experiences. So firstly, you need to understand really what LUX is all about. So at LUX, we believe in giving guests memorable experiences, and that when they leave any of our hotels, they leave with lots of memories, and their experience has been lighter and brighter. Our hotels are very well organised. We've got great speciality restaurants, we've got great family facilities, but we've also got those areas within those hotels if we want to do the adults only escape area. So why Mauritius? Well, as Sarah just rightly said there, it's in the Indian Ocean. It's a fabulous destination, not just for weddings, but for honeymoons or those special anniversaries to celebrate. Funny enough, my daughter literally got engaged yesterday and she's already been on the phone to me today. Mum, I need you to sort out my honeymoon for me. And it's like, yeah, all right, Emily, no worries, leave that with me. I'll sort it out for you. But Mauritius has got lots of history. The islands are very beautiful. It has the reverse season to the UK. So our winter is their summer. So if you're looking for that winter escape destination to get married, Mauritius is perfect. So if you're looking to go later in the year, it's very multicultural. You'll see lots of different nationalities there. So that's going to give you a wide choice of restaurants if you want to go and explore the island, which I highly recommend because the island is so easy to get around. You can hire a car. They drive on the same side of the road. The steering wheel's on the same side as the car that we have back in the UK. So it's really, really simple. So we only operate one wedding a day in resort. We don't have more than one wedding per hotel per day. So that's a real key selling point for us as well in our properties. We have what's called our reasons to go LUX. So these are free surprise experiences that guests will get when they're in resort at any of the LUX properties. So that's LUX Belle Mare, LUX Le Morne, LUX Grand Gaube, and our soon to be open hotel up in Grand Bay called LUX Grand Bay. It's not open to the end of the year. And what these reasons to go LUX are, it could be every day we'll hide around the resort 25 messages in a bottle, and within those messages in a bottle there could be, for example, a free spa treatment, or they may get a free speciality dining experience. It's little extras. Also, if they want to contact their friends when they're at home, just to let them know, pay or share any memorable things that they've done in resort so far, we allow them through our old British style red telephone boxes to actually dial home free of charge, and they can do that as many times as they want whilst they're in resort. And that's just a couple of them. We've got our own brand of coffee called Cafe LUX. It's like a proper cafe. They can get their coffees, they can get their pastries, and that's depending on what package you're on, that could be complimentary as well. Okay, so that's told you a little bit about LUX. So within our main LUX properties, so that's LUX Belle Mare, LUX Le Morne, LUX Grand Gaube, and also Tamasa, which I'll cover off in a moment, which is our family all-inclusive option. We have 3 optional packages. We have the Light, the Delight, and the Infinity packages. So we cater for every type of choice and budget that a guest would want when they're in resort. So just to recap on each of them slowly, and just so you've got a little bit of information, all this information, however, can be found on our website, which is www.theluxcollective.com, and you can go on, and anything I'm telling you today can be found on that website as well. So the wedding light package, you can see there we've got price in euros, sterling, US dollars, and also Mauritian rupees. These prices are valid as from the 1st of November this year. As you know, Mauritius had its borders closed for some time. We're actually open now for in-resort stays, but the island opens officially from the 1st of October. What I mean officially, it means you can go to your hotel, you can then go out and explore the island. At the moment, they're in resort stays, so they're like an in-resort bubble. So you stay in your hotel for the 14 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever you booked. So from the 1st of October, you can go on holiday and explore the island as you would normally pre-COVID days. So these are all set up for these prices from the 1st of November onwards. So, for example, if they want the wedding light package, they get their dedicated coordinator, and I'll talk to you about the process right at the very end, just so it's fresh in your memory. But they'll have a special menu, they'll have a breakfast in the room the following day, arrival present, legal fees are all taken care of. And sterling, if they want to do that at LUX Belle Mare, it's just £566 for that wedding package. They can obviously add on extras that are not included in here, and you'll find all those extras on our website. But to give you an example, if they want to have, we have a traditional dance in Mauritius called the Sega dance, so they can book a Sega dance short performance if they've got family coming to the hotel to have the wedding. That is just £170 if you want to book that at LUX Belle Mare. So, you know, things are very reasonable. You might decide that they want, let me have a look, hairstyling for the bride. She might want to have her hair done. Once again, that's very reasonable as well. It starts at just about £60 a person, so very similar to UK pricing. But like I say, you can add on or take on as much as you want. Next, we have can't find my thing. Next, we have the Wedding Delight package. You will see here you've got lots more included in with that as well. LUX Belle Mare, Le Morne, Grand Gaube, and Tamassa again. Lots more included. The price for that one, to give you a rough idea, doesn't go up drastically, £808. If you compare that to the wedding prices in the UK, you know, it's very, very reasonable. And you can see there we've got various areas around resorts that you can get the setup done. So on the beach, in the grounds, in the gardens, whatever your guest wants, we can make their dream come into a reality for them. So the final one we have is the Wedding Infinity package. So once again, it's much more included in with that package. It's reflected in the cost, but once again, there are extras that guests can book if they want to book them. This one, for example, includes their wedding photography and an album. They get a romantic room the evening of their wedding day, champagne, petals on bed, that kind of thing. Live musicians, they're included as well for this one. And this cost, if we base it on LUX Belle Mare again, is around the £1,500 mark. So just so you know, this includes all your legal fees as well. So there's no other legal fees to be paid on top of these rates. So what do we need from a guest? So we need passport photos for both bride and groom, birth certificates for both bride and groom, and any copies of the divorce certificates if either of them have been married before. They must be in Mauritius 3 days before the wedding. What will happen, they'll be met by our wedding coordinator the day after they arrive in resort, or if they've arrived in the morning, they may get met in the afternoon. Just depends on their availability. What you do need to be made aware of, though, is that when guests book one of these packages, they have to provide the date of the wedding that they want to for it to take place. There has to be obviously 3 clear working days after their arrival, because what will happen, the wedding coordinator will meet them, go through everything that's within their package, what else they want to add, if they want to book a spa treatment before, if they want to get the bride's hair done, etc., flowers, where they want the setup to be. The following day, she or he will escort them up to Port Louis to take care of all the legal requirements, and then the wedding can take place from the next day. So they have to provide a date at the time of booking what day they would like to get married. Okay, so we also have, this is our layout for Tamassa. You can see there's a beautiful one on the beach there. Now Tamassa, like I said, is our family all-inclusive resort. So if you've got a big group that wants to go and it's a real multi-generational group that are traveling, Tomasa would be perfect. Plus, it's all inclusive. It's exactly the same procedure as what I've just mentioned to you before, as it forms part of the Lux Hotel range. So what I've done here, I've actually just put together a couple of options of what we can do. I'm just going to try and get that off my screen because I can't see. And there we go, it's moved down the bottom. So LUX Le Morne. So what's special about LUX Le Morne? It's a beautiful hotel set right at the base of Le Morne Mountain. So once again, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a great place where guests can go up and explore with a guide or as part of an excursion. But what we can do, we have a genie in resort that can grant me a yes. That's all to do with the proposal. So the proposal concierge will help craft that proposal completely bespoke to that guest. So for example, a couple of ideas, they can go up and have champagne at the top of Le Morne Mountain at sunset, and suddenly a drone will dangle the ring right in front of your lover's eyes. You're on the beach and a plane with Will You Marry Me flies over. You can propose by skydiving or scuba diving, flying a helicopter over the beach where the question is written in the sand with petals. You know, that grant me yes genie will do everything bespoke, or one of these organised proposals for that guest need, just to make it that super special. And what I've also put in as well is a collectible experience. So we have these for all our LUX properties, and you'll find more details of what's available on our website. But the one I've chosen for LUX Le Morne is Digital Detox for Romantics. So this isn't necessary to do with weddings, it isn't necessary to do with proposals, but if you've got that couple that's going away for a romantic anniversary, it gives them the option to put their phone away in a drawer, leave it in resort, and then what they do, they go and have a swim with the dolphins. They can have breakfast on a desert island. Then they can now have dinner in the evening surrounded by 500 candles, and they can set that up in the spa area. That's absolutely beautiful. And then you'll have Photo Fanatics resort photographer will actually cover it with his drone and also images, and they can take that back with them. So it's a really lovely way for them to experience LUX Le Morne Hotel itself. Now we have, I've got guests that are going for a honeymoon or they're going to get married, we have some beautiful hotels. This resort actually was completely refurbished during the lockdown period. So we have our Sunset Junior Suites, which are at the far end of the resort, but they have amazing views out to sea. All these rooms are all sea facing anyway. We don't have any garden facing rooms, so they're guaranteed that sunset when they're staying at LUX Le Morne, and the sunset from LUX Le Morne is absolutely incredible. And they can join our aperitivo part on the beach, grab their glass of champagne, and just watch that sun go down while the music's playing in the background. I'm looking for the next one. LUX Belle Mare. So LUX Belle Mare is another one of our properties. It's very popular with families. It's got one of the biggest pools in the island, and what I've chosen for here is as romantic as it gets. So it's it could be date night. So we've got some fantastic restaurants here. We've got Duck Laundry, which is a specialty restaurant featuring Chinese, Asian type food. We've got Mixed, which is our main restaurant. We've got our various bars. We've got a fantastic area called Beach Rouge, sorry. So during the day, that is a nice chilled out place to have lunch. It's on a fabulous beach in Mauritius, and overnight the DJ comes up. It's a bit like that Ibiza vibe. I do recommend you go to our website and have a look at some more imagery, because it's a great place to host a wedding reception as well if they get married, obviously in resort on the beach. It's got a fantastic part of the beach just outside. You can have it booked out. It will be amazing. So the collectible experience I've chosen here is Luxury Outback. So these guests will have their toes in the sea breakfast, then they go for a nice horse ride along the beach. They go out to our farm and pick up some nice coconut water fresh off the tree. They'll have a spa experience at the farm and a lunch. And at the end of the day, they will have that aromatic in bath in their room. It'll actually be set up like a spa within their room. It'll be absolutely incredible. Let me move to the next one. And then finally, LUX Grand Gaube. So LUX Grand Gaube is up on the southeastern tip of the island. It's not far actually from LUX Grand Bay. So if you want to go there, but what's great about this one, we have an adult only zone. So it's around by the Banyan. It's at the far end of the peninsula of the resort, and it's purely adults. So although we do allow children at this resort, if you want to escape, we have the adults only area. So we've got the banyan tree, which has its own quiet swimming pool. It's got the French Kiss, which is where you can get drinks. It's a bar, food style, truck style bar, selling food and drinks. BB's our gourmet burger shack. We've got a Creole smokehouse, and what we also do up there as well is we have our Cinema Paradiso, where we actually set up under the stars a sky movie night. So you can go up there, get your nice big beach bean bags, have a cocktail, some popcorn, and just watch a lovely movie while grabbing a glass of rum from the rum tree house as well. Amazing. So I've gone a bit sustainable for this one, and I've chosen Hug Me Honey for this one. This one's really reasonable. It's about 65 pound per person, and we actually have our own hives here. So we've got about 240,000 bees. So this project will allow guests to go along, that harvest honey. You get to visit the hives, learn about the beekeeping with our beekeeper, taste obviously some of the precious honey that we have within our hives. But you'll also go and craft a honey-based cocktail, make a honey scrub, and then obviously we'll include a honey pairing dinner for your guests as well for the evening. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of the collectible experiences that you can have at each of our resorts as well. Okay, so Tamasa, like I said, is more of a family resort. It's an all-inclusive. I'm trying to move this bar out the way so it doesn't block my view. So it's all about escaping. So it's about a chance to reconnect with your family of all multi-generational ages. Tamasa is a Hindi word and it means festive. So it's all about making sure that when we have guests down with us at Tamasa, they're going away knowing that they've had an absolutely amazing time. So weddings here would be incredible if you've got children, grandparents, you know, everybody of all ages. So what I've done here, if you do have a wedding at Tamasa, that wedding couple might want to escape for a couple of nights. So this is called road trip and camping on a private island. So yeah, if you're going on your own, you're going with just a couple, you can still do this, but what a way to go away and just have a couple of nights on your own after the wedding. So you go down to the south coast, it's best kept secrets. During the road trip, you'll pick up some local veggies, cook a local dish with the chef, then you'll head out to a private island in the middle of the protected marine park, and you'll have a barbecue at sunset, bonfire and camping. We'll fill up your cooler box with fresh ingredients, plenty of cold drinks, and yet also we'll have a guitarist so you can have a sing along in the evening. And don't worry about breakfast, we've also got that covered for your guests as well. So once again, an amazing experience. But you might not want to have your wedding at one of our hotels. You might want to do it a little bit different. And we have our own private island, like I said earlier, which is Ilha do Coco Island. I'm sure Sarah could probably pronounce that better than me. But this is our own private island. It's absolutely incredible. It's secluded. It's easy to get to. It's really simple. So for the couple on this one, and the great thing about this is you can hire out the whole island. You can have a daytime ceremony, or you can hire it and have an evening ceremony and stay overnight on the island. So with this one, you're looking at the rate for this is about just over £1,800. But for this, you get all your legal fees, you get your return transfer to the island and back to the hotel. Once again, we only do one wedding a day. You get your wedding set up, you'll have your wedding special menu, and you'll have your dedicated coordinator again that will take care of your every need. Wedding cake and 2 glasses of champagne for the couple. Obviously, if you're inviting guests, we will provide you, and the same with all of our other hotels, we will provide you quotes to have beforehand if you're going to have a number of people attending the wedding party as well and the wedding. So just to quickly recap on this, if you want to go on a Monday to Saturday and you want it in the morning, you can have it non-exclusive, so there will be other guests on the island, but you can privatise it if you'd like to, which is an additional fee, and that's from 70 guests upwards, inclusive of the bride and groom. Or the other option, like I say, is late afternoon followed by dinner on the resort. Now, it is compulsory to privatise the island for that time. That's an additional €4,000. So it is a bit of a high cost, but you've just got to think what you're getting for that package. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So what I would say, if you are interested in a wedding or your guests are interested in a wedding on this island, please do get in touch with us and I can put you in touch with one of the wedding coordinators who can go through all the ins and outs with your guests or with you that you can then share with your clients. So this is just a bit of an image of what the setup is like on Ile de Coco on the beach. It looks absolutely stunning. But like I say, we have a villa on there as well. You can have the wedding within the villa if you don't want it set up on the beach. And once again, that's where the wedding coordinator will have all the specifics, and you can stay overnight in the villa, and that's up to 12 guests as well. So, okay, last one from me is Sort of Palma. So this is Sort of Palma is our adults only boutique hotel. So it only has 59 rooms. We are all about sustainability and protecting the environment. That's what this hotel is all about. And we have created 4 wedding packages that live in line with what we believe with this resort. So they're the local, the curious, the human, and also the transformational. If you've got any, for example, any vegans, vegetarians that are worried about dining, etc., this hotel would be perfect for them. It's also one of the most Instagrammable hotels on the island. It's been designed by a lady called Camilla Wahala, and she is very colourful, the resort, and also it's right on the same beach as LUX Belle Mare, so it's an incredible position to be in. So once again, just to give you a couple of ideas, I've just picked up the So Local package here, and the price in sterling for this one isn't just over £900, but you get quite a lot involved in it. And because this is quite a smaller hotel, it's going to be a lot more intimate as well. So your guests will have a more intimate experience with obviously less guests around. Same again, just 1 wedding a day. We don't do more than 1 weddings even here as well. Some of the extras they can have here, if they want to do the hair and makeup, that's obviously payable in resort. And then if they want a local favourite duo, they're the Joblin duo, and they will play all your favourite tunes during the ceremony. And once again, a very, very reasonable rate for that. Once again, we're all about sustainability and we support the local communities. So you could also do a donation meal to 75 children, local children that are in need, in addition to their normal wedding package, if they want to give something back to the community. So that's a little bit about LUX Resorts and Mauritius. Now, I know I did a webinar with Sarah some weeks ago where I went into a lot more detail with the hotel. So you might want to look back on those just to get a look at what the hotels actually look like. Failing that, please do visit our website or reach out to me and I can send you out all the relevant fact sheets. But that's it from me, Sarah.
Super, thank you very much. You didn't do bad with the pronunciation of the island.
Thank you. I knew you'd tell me if I got it wrong. It's just where you've got that do and there next to one another. It's like, oh, I get my tongue twisted. Really, really do.
Yeah.
But you've been over there, Sarah. You know how beautiful that island is, and the villa. It's a perfect place for a wedding, actually. If you don't,
I've not been actually.
Have you not been over there?
No, I've not been
over there. Need to get you over there. Absolutely.
Avec plaisir. With pleasure.
Merci.
Okay, super. So some amazing options for your proposals, your weddings, your honeymoons, from all, well, 3 completely different destinations. So I hope you've enjoyed that. So we have got a couple of questions. I know Nicole has been busy answering hers behind the scenes. We've got people who are asking for brochures. It'll be a case of, I'll send a follow-up email with all the contact details on. If you need anything specific, just reach out to each host and they can point you in the direction of where you can get the brochures from. I would imagine most of them are online and you can download them. We've got a question for you, Carolyn, from Amber. I know legal same-sex weddings cannot be performed in Anguilla. However, can symbolic same-sex weddings be performed, or does it depend on the resort?
It does depend on the resort. I have asked head office for an updated information, because I believe you can have a blessing, but I just would need to check with where and with which properties will be doing that. But yes, it is not legal to get married as a same-sex couple at this time. Okay,
super. Celine's asked a question, but I'm not sure, Celine, if it's in relation to one of the destinations or the LUX hotels. Can we perform a wedding in a synagogue? So, Carolyn, do you know the answer to that one?
There is no rabbi on Anguilla. There is a rabbi on St. Martin that comes over, and they can perform a ceremony at a hotel or resort or at a villa. And Anguilla very much caters for kosher dining and things like that. So they're very much on board with it. But the rabbi can come from St. Martin, definitely.
Okay, super.
It has to be all pre-arranged though. It can't be last minute.
Okay, no problem. Nicole, that question was for you as well.
Okay.
So can we perform a wedding in a synagogue?
Well, we don't have a synagogue, but if, just like Anguilla, if the party wants to bring over a rabbi, it will depend on the hotel, but we can definitely accommodate to their needs. And again, it would have to be all prearranged ahead of time, so we make sure we have everything that they require.
Super. And Sandra's asked a question, a kid's welcome. I'm not sure again who this is referring to, but across all of the destinations, kids are welcome. And especially with weddings, the only difference would be if it was an adult staying at an adult only hotel with the reception or the wedding at the adult only hotel. Do you have anything else to add to that, Nicole?
With us, for a lot of our adults only hotels, they allow kids just for the ceremony part, but they wouldn't be allowed to stay for the receptions. But some hotels, depending on the time of year, like some in the summer, they do take young people from like age 12 and up, for example.
Okay, super. Okay, so that is the end of the questions. So, okay, I heard that you three have got some prizes. Okay, so we're going to do what we normally do. Everybody can go into chat, and every single person that's been on the webinar today will be entered into the spin to win, and I will announce it on Friday on Facebook. So at the moment, Nicole, if you can just remind us what your prize is, and then once Nicole's reminded us that, she'll then ask a question. So if you can just go into chat, and just the first person with a correct entry will get 10 additional entries into the spin to win. So got to be in it to win it. So Nicole.
Yes, so we are giving away a £50 or the equivalent in your currency Amazon voucher that you can spend on something special. So, yes, so my question is, what award has St. Lucia won 12 times?
Everyone was saying 12 times. So Kristen has said #1 honeymoon destination. Is that correct?
Close. I mean, I was looking for the world's leading honeymoon destination.
Oh, Sandra did that. Yep. Before 6 o'clock. Yeah. So Sandra, world's leading honeymoon destination.
Yes, congratulations. So
let me just write Sandra down here. Perfect. Thank you very much. Carolyn?
Anguilla is giving away a £50 or equivalent, same as St. Lucia voucher, and we will do this through Amazon this time. And my question is, how many days do you have to be on Anguilla before you can marry?
Okay, Carol, did you mistype that 48 days? I wish. That'd be lovely. Okay, so Josie has said 2. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just writing this down as well. 48 hours, she meant. So that is
the
correct
same.
as well. Same thing. So
exactly.
Carol was so Carol was, hang on, let me just write Carol.
We won't split straws, days or hours. I nearly said both, but anyway.
Okay, perfect. I thought it was a mistype. Okay, thank you. And Victoria?
So my prize is a LUX goodie bag. So you'll receive lots of special things, all branded with LUX. And my question is, how many weddings per day do we carry out in resort? Oh, that was quick.
That was way too easy. Way too easy.
But hey, I don't like.
I was even going to answer that.
I know. I was like, but damn, I can't answer. Kate, you were the first person with the correct answer. Of course, it's 1 wedding per day. Okay, super. So that brings us to the end of the webinar. Hopefully you've learned a lot and you're all ready and raring to go and get some wedding honeymoons and romantic bookings. So a massive thank you to Carolyn, Victoria and Nicole for spending the time with us today. It's much appreciated. We love you guys, so thank you. And yeah, thanks to all the agents that have joined us and for those that are watching afterwards. So big thanks and see you all soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.